check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we'll head to Cincinnati to check on the Bengals at home at Paul Brown Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Andy Dalton with 2 touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's check in at our nation's capital. See what's happening with the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. Mark Ingram, 96 yards on the ground to lead the way. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On first down, it's Connor. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now Roethlisberger toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
On second down now, it's Carson. Give him 6 on the run. They're going to be faced now with a 3rd and 12.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger marches onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On second down, it's Connor. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Roethlisberger will throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or 2. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the 1st round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future All-Pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. Big Dwayne Brown, the tackle, guilty there. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
It's been a long day for you.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And this is caught on the left side, Jaron Brown. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.